Hey, it's Mike Brennan. We're doing another segment of MITech TV, and we have with us our old friend Terry Bean, who filled in for Matt while Matt was recovering from some surgical procedures. So we wanted to thank Terry for helping us out with that.
Big shoes to fill, man, and I'm glad that Matt is back looking better and brighter than ever. Man, oh man, what a handsome fella. You know, Mike, you thought
Plus,
of that?
plus he's running marathons now. He's got new
Uh,
knees. He's got a new heart. He's got everything going. So I mean,
not quite new. Let's just say tuned up.
about
You
tuned
didn't,
up.
you didn't
Okay.
get to use shit, did you? You didn't go in there and get the discount.
No, no, no. I
So
got the best U of M can offer, I can tell you.
There you
yeah, we gotta love it here. This is a great town to be sick in because you name it, we've got it covered somewhere. So, uh, but anyway, so let's talk about what you're up to. Communications training and keynotes. That's something that you've been really working on for the last couple of years. But fill in some of the details there, Terry.
Yeah, so what I've noticed over the 20 years of running around dealing with clients and customers is they have two really big issues when it comes to communication. And I segment them by internal and external. Internally, part of the reason job satisfaction goes down, part of the reason absenteeism goes up is conflict between the employees. They don't know how to deal with difficult discussions properly. They don't know how to have that conflict resolution piece. They don't know how to listen properly or take the advice or give feedback or receive feedback. So I specialize in really offering some training and some presentations in general around those topics. And then on the external side, and I know, Matt, you're doing some freelance PR and getting more publicity super important. And Mike, you've been writing it is almost as long as Matt has. I don't want to have a pissing contest between you two, but I know you both were writing when I was still in college, professionally writing, I mean. Um, in that external piece, that messaging, that getting the right words in front of the right people at the right time that make them jump into the boat and convert into sales becomes really important. So, those are the things that I've been doing or look to do more of in 2025 from a communication perspective. Oh, and I help people do public speaking because evidently I know how to do that.
Yes.
I can attest to that. I've seen you speak in public numerous times, and you really know how to grab an audience and hold on to them. So,
Appreciate it.
getting public speaking training from Terry Bean, you're getting it from an expert.
Very kind. Thank you. That was for the couple of sit-ins for this holding down his side of the fort.
So you talked about a big debate on your next online course. What does that signify?
You know, it's interesting because I've got days worth of material on four different topics. And so the debate is which one do you put your energy in? And so I've done the thought leader one a couple of times and it's gone really well. And the results from it, the people that went through the class and where they are now, it's pretty cool. But I've done that one. You guys knew me back in the Motor City Connect days when I was building that online real world network and wrote a book on networking 15 years ago. And so I've taught networking a bazillion times, and I always thought I should have an online course, but I haven't done that yet. This public speaking thing, I've gotten paid a bunch of times to come into corporations to help their people present more effectively. And I know there's a need for that. And then the fourth one is based on my latest book around mindset. And man, with everything that's going on in the world, if we're not stealing this up, we're missing out because it's real easy to get distracted, which is exactly what they want us to be. But we need to focus in our lane, do the work we're supposed to be doing. Otherwise, we're going to burn out, flame out, and, frankly, just be miserable. So I'm debating which one of those four courses mindset, public speaking, networking, or thought leadership, which is a fancy way of saying personal brand, are relevant and important. So if your audience has an opportunity to weigh in, or if any of you would like to weigh in, I'm trying to figure it out, man. That's the debate.
I think the mindset part about not letting the day-to-day madness distract you is really important these days, probably more than it ever has been.
Yeah,
I
there's a
agree.
lot of distraction stuff going on right now. We won't go into politics, but we all know what we're talking about here. But go ahead. Hmm.
Spot on. So I appreciate that.
So AI, I saw on your list you're looking at maybe doing an AI course. Is that right?
It's not even a course, man. This is really interesting. A good friend of mine, and I'll be honest, I've never really considered I had a mentor. I like to learn from everybody and share with people. But if I were to ever say this guy is my mentor, he called me about 6 weeks ago and said, I'm looking at this company, I'm thinking about buying them. They've done this, they've created this really cool AI tool that allows you to pump in your keywords and what kind of business you are looking for, and then creates an entire advertising strategy that does the targeting, the retargeting, and puts the right eyeballs on your content and does it without you having to do much of anything. It's a done for you service with the artificial intelligence piece handling all that algorithm nonsense that we all talk about but don't really understand. And so he's like, I want your help. I want you to help me bust this out and get this to people because his comment to me has always been the only question you need to help business owners with is how do I get my next customer? And we've been talking about that for 2 or 3 years. And then this thing kind of fell into his lap. And so, yeah, it's an interesting tool that we are bringing to market. It's up, it's operational. And so, we've been talking about it, like I said, for about 6 weeks, and it's now a thing ready for prime time. So
What
I
is
was
it?
like,
What is the thing called?
it is called COEUM, COEUM AI. And so, yeah, it's a pretty neat tool, and it's based on a software, well, an AI model called Mason. So it's pretty interesting, man. And it's got some other applications, and we're just really digging into some of the project orientation and organization that it does as well. But that marketing piece is the question that I think a lot of business owners and sales professionals are trying to really figure out the answer. I don't know about you two, but if I go into my LinkedIn messages right now, I'll have 17 messages from the last 3 weeks about let my VAs help you, let my automated software, let my LinkedIn outreach tool, right? There's a lot of people addressing this problem. I don't know how many of them are addressing it properly, and this tool does.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have a LinkedIn tip about what you call raising your reach. Talk about that for a little bit.
Easing your reach. Yeah, so everybody's always trying to figure out how to get more engagement on their LinkedIn posts. And this is true for Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and everywhere else too. But I like LinkedIn best, so I use that. And so the secret is if you want more engagement, you have to be more engaged. And what I really mean by that is practice the 5-5-5 rule. Spend 5 minutes, go to 5 different posts, write a comment on them with at least 5 words. And what happens is a couple of things. One, LinkedIn starts to recognize you as somebody who actually cares and is supporting the community around you. And two, there's a universal law of reciprocity where some of those 5 people that you comment on, they're going to probably respond back to your comment, but even better, they're going to hop over to your profile and drop a comment on one of your posts too. So that's how you build community, that's how you build your reach, and that's how you expand your engagement on LinkedIn.